Hi guys! Holy smokes, just looked at the chat. We're blowing up. What's up, Def? Tristan, it's your day for your cake. Hey Kev. How's everyone's day going? "97 Fahrenheit, Tristan? That's intense." Death's been lurking. Aw, thanks, Trist. Honestly, my hair is still wet. Had to have a shower after the farm. We got like a little bit muddy today. And I think I now have like farmer's hands. Like, these are no longer like chef fingers. Like, I can't even scrub all the dirt out of here anymore. But I'm okay with that. If I was to go to culinary school today, though, I would get kicked out. Because my fingernails are so dirty. Not a thing. Okay, so I got my little baking setup right here in front of me before we even start. Because we're going to be doing this first, so all of my ingredients are just right there. So I thought it'd be easier to do it on this side rather than underneath the other camera. I'm a real woman. 102%, Kevin. Well done, sir. I didn't know it was possible to get over 100%, but here we are, guys. So I'm guessing you're enjoying that course then. I'm just gonna bring up the book in front of me so I can kind of read off what we're doing. Hi, Mama. How are you doing today? Guys, is it a little laggy again? It looks like it on my screen. Pump it up back to 800 and see how she goes. Is it better? Not really. All right. We're gonna roll with it. Okay, sounds good, Trist. Every day, something new. That's amazing, Kev. Good job, man. Seriously. Okay, so Travel Tuesday. We're going to Korea today for dinner, but not for dessert. I don't know what dessert is classified as. Let's just say we're going to France for dessert. Doing some traveling around today. So menu, Ssam, aka roasted pork lettuce wraps with accompanying sauces and fillings. So today we have to make some Ssam sauce, which is pretty much just a miso and spicy sauce with a little bit of vinegar and oil mixed in. And then a scallion ginger sauce, really, really simple. Just some green onions chopped up fine with some minced ginger. And again, some vinegar and oil. And then kimchi, which I did finish yesterday. It's out in the garage since Betty said it smells too bad to keep it inside. Let me just let the dog out for a sec. But the kimchi, it's smelling good, guys. And then I'm gonna just make up a little bit of rice. This is traditional with the Ssam. So I asked everyone if they were kind of like riced out today, but they said they weren't. So I'll make up a couple cups of that later on, just keeping it simple. And then I'm gonna julienne a little bit of carrot and cucumber to try and bulk up the wraps a little bit more with veg. And then we just have, I would typically use like a bib lettuce or butter leaf, but I did end up finding these little heads of lettuce, so I'm just gonna wash these up later. They're nice and small, so it's not like the leaves are really tough, and then I'll just cut them into nice little lettuce wrap sizes. And then dessert, like I said, it's for Tristan today, strawberries and cream jelly roll, which we are gonna make first. So our timeline, the pork is cured the night before. So you guys saw yesterday on stream when I mixed equal parts salt and sugar and then rubbed the pork roast down. And Betty threw in the pork today at around 11 a.m. So it's been going for a little bit at 300 Fahrenheit already. I came home, it was covered and it didn't get like too much color on it. So I took the cover off at around 12:30. And it's getting a little bit more color now, which is good. And I just kind of basted some of the fat that was in the pan just over top of it to keep it nice and moist. So typically a pork shoulder without the bone will roast for about 4 to 6 hours in the oven at a nice low temp. So we'll just keep that in there until it is pull apart tender. And then right before we serve it, we have to sprinkle it with a little bit of brown sugar. And it's gonna make this really amazing crust in the oven. So we'll bump up the oven to like 500 Fahrenheit, really hot, and it'll kind of caramelize on the outside of the pork. And we are gonna make the jelly roll first just because it needs to set up for about an hour before we even cut into it later on. So it will take us, I think, less than an hour to make the whole jelly roll. So we can bump that out first because we don't have too much stuff to cook today once again. The 2 sauces should take about 10 minutes to make in total, and to prep the veg, probably no longer than 20 minutes. So not a ton of ingredients today either, guys. All of the recipes are posted in Discord already. The sun just went out on this. Need some lights. Paul, hello. Tristan, you're craving strawberries today? Amazing. I have some good farm stories for you guys too. Okay, I'm not gonna go through the ingredients today, guys. What I do have on the counter, I have miso, lettuce, eggs, and strawberries for the cake. Some, obviously, cucumber and carrot, ginger, garlic, and scallion. So some typical Asian ingredients. Order of prep today. So first thing I did when I got home was check the pork, make sure it was all happy in the oven, which it was. So next thing we got to do is make the cake batter and then bake it. So it does bake at a higher temp than what we're roasting the pork. So we're just going to take the roast out for like the 10 or 12 minutes that the cake bakes at. And then we'll throw it back in after the cake's done. So we don't want to cook the roast at a high temperature like that because it will make it tough. So while the cake is baking, we can whip up the cream for the filling and the outside later on. Slice up our strawberries. And then we will let the cake cool. And I'm gonna do some chocolate drizzle over top of the cake today, guys. Get a nice little contrast in color and flavor. And then obviously once the cake is cooled, we can decorate it and then we'll let it chill. And after that again, we will check the pork or put it back in the oven depending on how we are for timings. And we will make up our 2 sauces, so the Ssam sauce and the ginger scallion sauce. Julienne, our carrot and cucumber. We have to steam some rice, so I better put that in my notebooks. I didn't have that in there before. And then just prep the lettuce, so wash it up, tear it into nice pieces that are able to kind of roll with the pork. And I think I want to do some hoisin sauce on the side with this meal too. And lastly, we will rub our pork with brown sugar and just broil it for a bit. So here's the cool part for today's meal. So I costed everything out. I wanted to do a little comparison because this meal at the restaurant called Momofuku is $138 if you wanted to eat what I'm making tonight. So I costed it out, and it is a total of $30 is what I spent to make everything today. So less than a quarter of the price for the exact same meal. Just made by one person though, not many people at once. So I think that is a great thing for everyone to keep in mind, is like just how expensive restaurants can be, and you can make this stuff at home on your own. I know, Mia. Like, I went and looked at the menu this morning, and it was like Ssam, and it listed all the exact same things that I'm making today. And so I just took the receipts out, costed all the things that I'm using, and it was $30, not $138. Like, insane. But hopefully I make it right. That's all I gotta say, I guess. Okay, let me get Doggo. She's being a pest. Let's go, you crazy. Let's go, you crazy. And hi, Mies. Hello, Mies. Okay, so real quick, before we even start, we got time today, so we can have a little farm chat. So first thing I did today, when I got to the farm, obviously I gave the doggo a pet, because she's so cute. Okay, Trist, sounds good. So the dog on the farm, her name is Karma. She's a rescue dog. Super, super cute. She just does like twirls when you walk up to her. She's so happy. Gave her a pet and didn't really hear much otherwise, like on the farm. So decided to peek into like one of the little greenhouses where the seedlings are. And Robin was in there. That's the person that looks after the farm full time. And we started by just weeding out the seedlings. So obviously, because the potting mix is all organic, there's going to be weeds and stuff in there because they can't spray it with chemicals. So the potting mix has been pretty weedy, so we picked out all the weeds from the trays. If you guys go onto my Instagram, you'll see in my story. So I picked out some from like the little leeks today. The leeks are like this big. They're adorable. And then I figured out, or I learned how they actually plant the leeks. So you know how you can only use like the white typically on the leek is the nice tender part? So the way that they plant them is they dig a big trench down into the dirt like that. And they plant the leek just in the very bottom. And then as it grows, they keep kind of filling it in with the dirt. And that is what bleaches the greens on the leek. So as it grows, it's just going to stay white as it's in the dirt. And that way you get the most amount of usable leek on the vegetable. So I was like, well, that's very cool. Because it's kind of opposite with potatoes, where you kind of like hill up the potatoes too, right? And then after that, I mean, obviously at this point it was raining this morning, so we kind of decided to stay inside the greenhouses for a bit. So after that, we went into one of the other bigger greenhouses and I cut some arugula for one of the restaurants that they serve. So that was nice. It was super, super peaceful. All you could hear was the rain like hitting the plastic on the greenhouse. But there was a couple drips. Like, I was still getting wet in there. I was like, what is going on right now? But the rain was just like coming in waves. It almost sounded just like a sprinkler. I was like, okay, this is happening. And then literally about 10 minutes later, it just cleared up and the skies were super clear, but the wind came. And we have wind warnings here today for like 90-kilometer-an-hour winds. So it got pretty windy. So we headed in to kind of take some shelter, and then I just trimmed up some parsnips. So we packaged just over 100 pounds of parsnips today for one of the restaurants. And the way that they keep them, I mean, sometimes they get like little boo-boos on the outside and they kind of start to like mold, I guess. That's fair to say. So I just cut off whatever pieces of the parsnip did not look good, and then packed those all up into nice boxes and labeled them how many pounds were in each box. So we do like 30-pound boxes of the veg. And then after that, it kind of cleared up. The wind stopped a little bit, so we went out into like the open field and started weeding the spinach. So the spinach is like this big. It was planted last week, and we're just getting all the weeds out of it before it gets like too weedy where the weeds will take over the little seedlings, which you don't want. And while we were weeding today, a bald eagle just like soared right over top of us as we were in the field. It was probably only like 6 feet away from us over top. And I guess there's a little pond in the property next door where there's a couple of ducks, and the eagle was trying to get the ducks. I know, it was so cool. Because I was facing away from the eagle, and then Sarah was weeding the other side so she could see it coming, and she's like, oh my god. And I just like looked up, and he was just like right there, like, we're like, what? You'll never get that on camera. Oh, Matt, hi. Hello, sir. How's it going? And that was pretty much it for the day. I didn't even take any stuff home from the farm today because I worked there a little bit later, so I was kind of in a rush to go, but Thursday I'll get a little bit of extra stuff, I'm sure. The 3 hours just go by like that every single time. Okay, let's get to making this cake. Trist, fire your question away. I'm doing good, man. It's Tuesday, doing some Korean food and some amazing dessert. Did Onionies leave you now, or is he still there? Okay, so first things first, for our cake, we need to beat 4 eggs with vanilla on high speed for about 5 minutes. And it says, or until it's lemon colored. So I guess it should go like really nice and pale. And then we're gonna gradually add sugar, and we're gonna beat it until it's dissolved. So this is a sponge cake. Yeah, lots of ginger. We have a couple different sauces to make. Pineapple upside down cake. Yes, Trist. That's a super good cake. I think everyone in this house likes that. Okay, so I'm gonna break the eggs into the bowl. Just get a measuring cup so I can do the sugar and stuff. Oh, Matt, we will always combine the pineapple with the pizza. It's just a thing. You have to accept it. Trist. We're having pineapple upside down cake next week. Yeah, not too much nutting on each other. Trist, you donate whatever you want. I'm not gonna tell you how much you should donate. These nuts. It's starting already, guys. Thirsty Tuesday. The thirst is real, always, my friends. Guys, I know the count or the goal is wrong. We're actually at 295, so we're 5 followers away from 300. Cannot believe it. Give you a ballpark figure. I mean, the $10 to $15 range is always accurate. Okay, we're turning it up. Every time I do this, I never plug it in. So y'all know me. Okay, let's try that again. Just however much it costs for a Ferrari, we'll go with that. Woohoo! Yes, Flo. What's happening today? Okay, let's get our vanilla in. That looks lemon colored. Flo, have you eaten at Momofuku in Toronto? Okay, so we're gonna add in the sugar now. Tristan, 55,000, it was terrible. Well, at least you know your stuff. They don't trick you into buying crap. With the donation, my man. Keep up the great work, and here's 20 bucks for the cake and coffee for you and Betty. Tristan. Thank you, my man. Feeling the love from afar. So pineapple upside down cake it is. Love you. You got it, sir. Seriously, thank you so much. That is more than enough. Yeah, repping that AZ. And I'm sending you love from afar because I heard about that crash on the golf course in Phoenix. The heck is happening in this world? Flo, have you eaten at Momofuku in Toronto? You didn't hear about it? Apparently a plane crashed on a golf course. You should look it up. I thought for sure you would know. So now the eggs are gonna start to get more frothy because we added the sugar. We're just gonna whip it until it's dissolved, it said. Almost there. That looks so good. It's getting fluffy. Nice. Well, I'm glad you've eaten there. So this Ssam is on the menu for 140 bucks, Flo. And then I costed it out how much it's gonna cost me to make it. It's $30. Which is insane. I went to the Momofuku in Vegas. And we just got one of the baos, the pork belly bun. Oh man, it was seriously so good. It was like almost too rich and delicious and fatty. Okay, so combine flour, baking powder, and salt and fold gently into egg mixture until combined. I might have to whip the eggs just a touch more. I know. 4 more? Did I get another one? I don't know why this stupid Streamlabs thing does not update. Oh my gosh, Tristan. Yeah, I didn't really see too much of it today. I don't watch the news all the time, but... Yes, soy eggs are key. I've actually made them on stream before. Super easy. Okay, let's do a little bit more of a whip. Instead of folding in those things, I'm just gonna slowly add it into the mixer. I think that's the one thing I always crave since living in Vancouver is ramen. It's the worst. So you need 1 teaspoon of baking powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then 3/4 of a cup of flour. So you know a cake is good when it's equal parts flour and sugar. Okay, we are well on our way. We're just gonna keep this on low. Just mix it until everything is combined. Boom. And that's it, my friends. Yeah, jets. Just a casual jet ride in their private jet. Does it say what happened? Guys, who wants to lick the beaters? Yeah. I am just going to quickly rinse them off because we do need to use this for the whipping cream. So before it gets all sticky, I'm going to deal with this situation. Doggo does. I know, that was like the best thing. Just licking the beaters, guys. Okay. So the rest of this recipe, what it says for the next step is to pour it into a greased and waxed paper-lined jelly roll pan, which I have no idea what that is. I've never used a jelly roll pan, but I do have a baking pan that I just lined with parchment. So I'm just gonna spray that really quick with some pan spray, and then we'll pour the cake batter into it. And I guess I will turn up the oven right now, 375 Fahrenheit for 10 to 12 minutes. So I need to take the pork out. And maybe I'll just do a little double cam action so you guys can have a gander at the pork. Because it looks so good. This is where we're at. Yum. You guys can see just how dark it's getting. Why don't we do a little basty baste while we're waiting too? Get the juices on there. It's too dirty, guys. How's it feeling? Definitely getting more tender from when I last felt it about an hour and a half ago. It's all good, Omat. Thanks for popping in, man. You go get some rest. Gotta detox from all those beers. You were gone for over a week. Tristan's throwing it down. He will not allow this. obviously we do want to grease this really well because we don't want it to stick at all. We had beers for a year. Stay thick, oh Matt. Good night, man. Okay, we're going for the pour. The only thing I can hope is that this pan is not too big for this cake, but I think it's okay. I think this is like the proper or classic size of a jelly roll. And if not, well then we'll just get really nice thin layers of the cake. We're just gonna spread it out as much as we can. Trying not to flatten the bubbles out too much because this is a sponge cake. Perfect. That did not take very long, hey guys? It's true, Trist. Well, I think that looks pretty good. Just a nice vanilla cake mix. And this is gonna go into the oven and then we'll whip up the cream and prep the rest of the fillings. So we'll start with the 10 minutes. And then obviously if it needs a little bit more, then we'll put it a little bit longer. Okay, 2 minutes, guys. I'm just gonna rinse out this mixing bowl so that we can use it to whip up the cream. Who's that? Fiscal? Fiscal! How are you? Okay, done. Done. How was your weekend, Fiscal? Hello, Loriander. Kevin, are you still in here? When is the growing stream gonna start? A guy is gonna try streaming a grow up on Twitch. That's hilarious. Loriander, did you have a good weekend? It was really nice. I went for a nice long bike ride on Saturday, went out for brunch. Just had some good foods. Oh, all good, Fiscal. I got a lot of lurkers in here all the time. So Loriander, Kevin is the person that's been taking the Danish food classes. So I'm sure you guys could have a bunch to talk about either in chat or off stream. Live gardening, that would be so much fun. Okay, so 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, it says, with about 1/4 cup of sugar, or less if you don't like super sweet whipped cream. And then just a little bit of vanilla in there as well. See, I don't know if a cup is going to be enough to fill the cake with the cream and then also decorate it on the outside. I mean, I do have a whole liter. So I think I'm just going to use the 1/2 liter. So I'd rather have a little bit extra. There ain't nothing wrong with extra whipped cream. And we are going to whip this until they are stiff peaks. Whip it good. Whipped cream. You guys know that Family Guy episode, right? Where he says, "Coo whip." Yeah, Fiscal knows what I'm talking about. Okay, our ingredients are slowly getting used. Holy smokes, the cake looks so good, guys. I'm pumped. All right, we're gonna start whipping the cream up. It's gonna get a little noisy again. Try not to get hypnotized. It's hard sometimes. I know, it's so easy, Tris. whip it good. Okay, just a sec, Tris. I'll answer you after this is done. Because we almost there. Still a little bit soft. Okay, guys. That was the timer. It's looking fab. So it's set until it's light brown. So this is where we're at. See how much it puffed up already? Super, super spongy. And the way that you can tell it's done is it will bounce back up. So I think I'll leave it in for 1 minute more because my finger pins are just staying in there a little bit. So I don't want this to fall flat. So 1 minute. Oh, that was 1 hour. And then we'll just quickly finish up the whipping cream. Okay, what is the family's or my family's specialty food? So, I mean, there's a couple things. So at Christmas time, we usually make tourtière, which is a French thing. It's a meat pie made with, I think it's a mix of pork and beef, and you get like kind of nutmeggy spices in it, and it's really, really good. It has mashed potatoes in it as well, so it's not super runny. And then I always like to eat that with cranberry sauce. And then that's kind of our tradition to eat on Christmas Eve. And then what else? I mean, Betty always makes cabbage rolls and stuff for like family get-togethers. So that's a Ukrainian thing. But other than that, I mean, not too much stuff. We always like to try different things. Jim, war up. You came just in time, man. The cake has been baked. That feels better, guys. Oh, yeah. Tristan, there's your cake. So now it just has to cool. But it definitely didn't stick or anything like that, so I'm happy. Now let's turn our oven back to, let's do 275. It's gonna beat We'll just wait a couple minutes before we put the pork back in. Classic Jim, being tardy. So let's say you were in a rush and you wanted to like start to make this cake. There's no way that you could make this jelly roll without it kind of falling apart. So obviously the cake is still warm. And if you put the whipped cream on top of that, it's just gonna melt. And it's just gonna turn back into unwhipped cream. So the whipping cream is looking good. It's thick enough. I'm just gonna leave it in that bowl. Just scrape off the beaters. Whipping cream beaters though, I think Doggo might just have to. It's like some of her favorite things. And I didn't add very much sugar, so I'm not gonna worry about that part of it. She's definitely waiting patiently. Vioon. Loriander, I still need to make some of that rye bread that you talk about. It just looks so good. And guess what, guys? The hardest part of the stream is done. Just taking apart the mixer. Death. You know I like it thick. Hey, Vioon. Big girl. Guys, come on now. Just been eating real good. Jim, you're not looking good today? Oh, shoot. Okay, Porky is going back in. And then I'll probably just set about a half an hour or timer from now so we can check it. Or let's do 40 minutes. And that should be good. Please, guys. Give the dog some whipped cream. Okay, it's time. All of the things are cleared up. Bye, Vioon. Have a good one. What is this? What is this? Do you like this? Okay. Dala with the follow. Welcome in. Hey, you're not done that one. There's no wasting here, lady. What do you think you're doing? Guys, she's getting in it. There's literally whipped cream flying. Is that Nami? That's it. Okay, clean up the floor. Right there. Doggo approved whipped cream. Now we know. Okay, so cutting board is coming out finally. And we're just gonna slice up the strawberries next. Yeah, vacuum dog to the rescue. So the cake is pulling away nicely from the parchment. I'm stoked. Loriander, what do I know about rye bread? I mean, not too much. I mean, not a lot about the Danish version, that's for sure. But I just discovered that there is a grain mill very close to the farm that I'm working at. So I think I need to do a tour there. It's called Nootka Rose Milling. And then they supply like all of the top bakeries with fresh milled grains for them to use for the bread. But keep in mind, fresh milled grain only lasts about 2 weeks. So it has to be used right away after it's milled, otherwise it just starts to go rancid. Just because they're keeping all of the oils and the whole grain completely inside of that, right? Okay, so for obviously the inside strawberries, let's use the ones that are less pretty. And we'll use the really, really nice ones on the outside for decoration. So I'm just gonna sort through these. And you know we're gonna use up this whole pack. Because I love strawberries. Tristan, I wish I could just like throw you a strawberry or two. Because I know you said you were craving one. Let me just see. They are actually really tasty, which is surprising. We are going to wash them still, though. It's a must. These are not organic. And they are from California. Hell yeah. Okay, so these ones, we're just going to cut the stem off and then slice them. I'm just going to wash up these guys so that they have some ample time to dry off before we decorate with them. You don't want too much water to get onto the whipped cream, right? Then I still have to grab the chocolate. And I think we'll just quickly melt it with Chef Mike. So that I don't have to set up a double boiler and all that fun stuff. Taking the easy route. You want me to put the cake in the fridge to cool down? I just don't want it to cool down too fast because this is a sponge. So I don't want it to like deflate. So it's good just chilling there. And especially because it is so thin, Tristan, it won't take very long to cool down. So I'm kind of taking the time right now to prep the other ingredients so that it does have time to just cool down. Nice and slow. I mean, you could though. I just don't even think there is room in our fridges for me to put it in, because we just did the big grocery shop yesterday too. Fridges are packed. Best feeling ever. Posh loves berries, guys. It's a fact. She's into this berries and cream thing. Let's start slicing. You can go as thick or as thin as you guys want. Hi. The rye bread has corn and fiber in them. That makes sense though, Loriander. So it's not really like the rye bread we get here then. But I think I have seen like the very dense rye bread kind of like in the cracker aisle, I think. It's like this little loaf shape. Never tried it yet though. Is it quite easy to make? Posh is dancing for the berries. Yeah, she's dancing, Tris. She got it. Okay, all the slices are done. Next up, we can kind of decide how we want to decorate the outside with these ones. So we can leave the stem on, or we can choose to cut it off. But I will dry them off just a little bit. Loriander, I just see you posting in Discord. I'll check it in a sec. Look at this crazy strawberry. So I think I'll do some halves, just like that, because that looks good. And maybe a couple quarters as well, of the bigger ones. Way too. Everyone behave, guys. Yeah, we're being good for once, way too. one time. Yeah, we're eating the stem. No, it's just for decoration. All of the ones that are sliced are going on the inside. Okay, I'll see what I can do, Loriander. Always down to try new stuffs. Okay, guys. Strawberries have been processed. Could all the men please behave or you're kicked? You heard it here, guys. Everyone, be good. The cake is already cool, Tristan. We're all transgender. So you guys can see just how pliable this is. So you need to be able to roll it without it breaking, right? Oh shoot, we're getting raided. Death knows. Grabbing the whipped cream out. Right now. We got this. From what you see, we're making chili con carne wrapped in pastry. I think you're a little off. Cookery. Guys, let's all welcome Cookery in. Thank you for the raid. Woohoo! We'll do some dancing too. Woohoo! Hey guys! How's everyone doing today? How did your chicken strips go? And you were making a soup as well that sounded really, really good. I saw when you posted. Yeah, just in time for the cake, guys. We're just getting ready to decorate our strawberries and cream jelly roll that was requested by one of my viewers. So we have the strawberries for the outside, which I left the stems on. And then all of these sliced ones will just kind of scatter in between the whipping cream. That sounds so good, Cookery. Hey, Kylie. I'm doing well. How are you? Rush, good to see you in here. Having a good old Tuesday. The sun is shining again. Feeling very springtimey with this strawberry cake right now. But we're keeping it nice and light with just the whipping cream. We have no heavy icing in here today. Barca's out of Champs Cup, which is good news for Liverpool. Well, that's good. whipping cream. Oh yeah, Kylie. No, we haven't moved yet. 17 days today. It's coming up quick. Oh God, Jim. It's still really chilly there? That's what I hear. Winter's just trying to hold on for as long as it can, hey? Okay guys, so we're not gonna make this inside layer really, really thick because we have to keep in mind that we will be rolling it. So whatever extra whipping cream there is, we are just gonna use to decorate the outside of the roll. Whether we feel like piping it on or just making a nice smooth outer surface. It's really whatever you feel. Jim, I'm just checking what you did up for us today. Her neck, that's hilarious. It reminds me of E.T. So we do want to make sure that we get a nice even layer of the whipping cream. Otherwise you will see the imperfections when you go to roll it, where some layers in the roll are going to be thicker than others. And obviously you don't have to go all the way out to the side because it will end up kind of just getting smushed out when we roll it. So instead of us making a mess, let's try and keep it nice and clean. I think that's good. It's cold in the UK as well. I know, Rush. 3 to go. I can't believe it. I almost did that the other day too. Rushed in, girl. I think I was in Happy Chefs. And I almost picked your name. I was like, nope, that's not Rush. But welcome in. Yeah, guys, Chef de Partie, he's a good streamer too. You guys should check him out. Spread the love. What are you talking about, Way Too? There is no one being rude in here today. Jim. You have to wait 2 months before you can change it? That's crazy talk. I think this would look really, really nice with blueberries in it too, but that's just me. I'm like a blueberry fiend. But it's hard to beat wild strawberries if you can find them and pick them yourself. It's way, way different in flavor than your typical grocery store strawberry. Yeah, that'll teach you. Chef drank 9 beers in an hour. That's impressive. I would definitely be in bed or by the toilet if I did that. Your mod powers do not work here, Rush. Okay, we have some extra sliced strawberries, but that is totally okay. I'm gonna put a couple more here on the end. And then we will attempt to roll this up. Vortex with the follow. Welcome in. Way too. You have powers? I don't know about that. So this side of the cake that's by me is a lot thinner. So I'm going to roll that on the middle. So on the inside. So we're going to start on this end. I think it's going to get messy, guys. I don't remember the last time I've even made a jelly roll. Let's do our best and forget the rest. I probably put way too many strawberries in, but that is fine. Just kind of using the parchment to keep my hands from getting dirty, and then just slowly peel it away as you continue to roll. But you also do want to keep it tight. So you don't really want any air pockets in there, right? So far it is looking good though. Whatever strawberries and cream sploosh out at the end, we'll just put those aside and probably snack on them. Slow and steady, my friends. Slow and steady. You guys should see the dog right now. She's like, what are we making right now? Okay, gonna get a turn on here so you guys can see how we're looking. I think we did pretty good. I mean, it's still circular in shape. If anything, I just have to jam in whatever strawberries decided to kind of go out the side. But I think we did it. He gave his cat catnip. Oh, that's always good times when you do that. Okay, just rinsing my hands, and I'm just gonna grab a bowl to put in our excess strawberries. Thanks, guys. Yeah, haven't made a jelly roll in like 7 years, I think. It's been a while. I was super down to make one again. How can you beat strawberries and cream? Yeah, dessert burrito, guys. So you can kind of see just on this bottom part here how some of the berries want to come out. So I'm just going to pull out whatever ones are getting kind of messy, but it's looking okay to me. So next thing up, I just need to transfer this onto a tray, and then we're going to decorate it. Millie, I nailed it. Thank you. Still cream coming out of the side. Yeah, I'll fix it up when we put the rest of the whipping cream on the outside. Sounds good, cookery. Thank you once again for the raid. Always appreciated. I mean, I typically host you before I get on, so I guess that's how I'll pay you back. Because I'm never really on before you start. So I think this is going to be going on to this blue tray. Let's see if we can do the transfer cleanly. This is the terrifying part, guys. Rush Girl, how did I get it so thin? Let me just post the recipe in chat that I used, because honestly it was really easy. And I just poured it into the parchment lined baking pan. But so far this recipe is going really well. All right, Jelly Roll, we're going over. You can see where it stuck a little bit to the parchment, but that's fine by me, since we are going to be covering it up, so I'm not worried about that. K7 Force, you're a small streamer playing Fortnite. I mean, typically streamers don't go into other people's chat and ask for follows, but by all means, if anyone in here wants to go follow, I'm not opposed to that. Just timed out. That's it. So do we want to make this look like a log before I start? Yes, you guys need to make it. I think I need to do like a blueberry variation next. Or should we just fully cover this in whipping cream and then decorate it after? I'll put a little bit into like a little piping bag. Yes, exactly, Millie. It's like a very summertime bûche de Noël. I'm definitely not making this one as fancy as the classic bûche, though. I didn't make any like meringue mushrooms or anything like that. Jim, everyone go follow on Gmail. So I guess the most important thing here for decorating is to obviously seal up the bottom side. So you want to make sure you get all the way to the bottom there where it's a little bit open. You don't want people to see where it starts and ends. Lori, look at the photo in Discord. Kate. Oh my God. Those look amazing. I love the orange one. But I am going to drizzle this with chocolate afterwards, so that's why we're just keeping it nice and light with the creme. And then try not to mess up the tray either. But I guess you could always just wipe it off, right? But don't worry too much about that. I kind of like keeping it open at the ends so you can see what's rolled in it. But at the same time, if we're putting strawberries on the outside, I guess it doesn't completely matter if we do cover the ends with whipping cream as well. We can just like kind of keep it rustic, make our own little swoops and swipes to make it look like a log. Another one Did we hit 300 then? Because I know my follower goal is off again from Streamlabs. Thanks, Trist. Keeping me on track. Feeding Frenzy, thank you for the follow. And welcome. What goes on top, Jim? Chocolate. What else? Okay, that side is looking good. Yeah, we're just gonna use Chef Mike to melt a little bit of dark chocolate. And we're gonna drizzle it over. Next should look fab. Okay, now we are going for presentation here. So we'll do our little log swipes. Kind of make it look like tree bark. Apesman with the follow. 301, guys. Thank you so much. This is amazing. Thank you for all the support so far, whether you're new or old in this stream. You guys know I appreciate every single one of you. And that's why I'm not stopping anytime soon. Okay, that's good to me. This little end though is kind of bugging me. I mean, I guess I could just take a spoon and push everything else in. So you get back in there. Kind of smooth it. Like so. So it looks like that now. Jimmy is old, yeah. And the Royal Spud. Welcome, everyone. Chef is doing a charity stream today. Well, that's awesome. Okay, just quickly rummaging for the chocolate. And I think I'm just going to use semi-sweet chips. Those will melt really quickly. So they're 51% cocoa. He's making another 5-course meal. It took him like 7 hours last time. Thanks for the clip, Rush. How much chocolate, guys? Let's do like a cup. 1 cup. Start with like 30-second increments for the mic. Yeah, you can never have too much chocolate. Well, I'm not going to completely cover it, Death. I think I'm just going to do like little drizzles. drizz it up. Does the doggo have red eyes? Well, she has like light brown eyes. Kind of the same color as her coat. Yeah, I think that's plenty. Let me just quickly clean up the tray here before we get into like full decorating mode. And we're at 4 o'clock now, so I think we're still doing good time-wise. The pork timer is just about to go off. Whew, that's a hot bowl. We're just gonna give these a little stir and then do one more time and we should be good. Getting all melty and happy. Aw, thanks, Rush. Yes, I got Solid to do them for me. I'm super, super happy with them. He killed it. Tristan, you're eating Chinese chocolate from your munch pack? Yeah, we started with the onion. I don't know why we're like an onion squad. Got some onion obsessed people in here, but I am so down with it. I mean, it's basically just from a couple of guys that have watched me since almost the beginning, and they were just always about me using onions. So then I just got one of them to quickly make up the emote with the onion, and now we're like the onion squad. Because if you think about it, like onions are used very widely in cooking, so why not? Hey guys, do you see this pork right now? Getting so nice and caramelized. I need a fork so I can try a piece before we finish our cake. Oh, yes. Well, that's pulling off pretty nicely. Mmm. That's unreal. I think I'll baste it one more time. The middle just seems a little bit tough still. And then let's do like 20 more minutes or half an hour. This has been braising since 11. So 5 hours now at super low heat, 300 or 275 Fahrenheit. And then it was rubbed with salt and sugar yesterday. So it sat overnight with that on it, which is why it's getting the really, really nice crust. $30 more minutes, and then we should definitely be done the jelly roll by that time as well. That's a hot bowl. Oh, yes. Chocolate's perfect, drizzling consistency. I might just pour in a touch of cream to loosen it up just a bit. And then this is called a ganache. So you can make firm ganaches, you can make soft ganaches. I'm gonna go for a soft one. Oh, we might need to add a little bit of butter. I've never done ganache with chocolate chips before, guys. We might just be making little truffle balls to go on the side. The meat is really good. So this is what happens when you use chocolate chips with cream. Killmonger. I know it did seize. The heck? Okay, well, I'm gonna fool around with that later. This is real life though, guys. Mistakes happen. It's true. This ain't your Food Network show. So we restart, and that's it. That's true, Millie. That's a good point. It was cold. But I mean, I thought just adding that touch would not affect it that way, but it did. So here we are. Dust yourself off and try again. What are you trying, Killmonger? I'm excited to hear what you're doing. Oh, thank you for the host. Thank you, thank you. Okay, one more boat and Chef Mike. Obviously, we're not gonna add cream to it this time. I thought it would thin it out, but it didn't. Jim. Keeping it light, guys. Thanks everyone for chilling in here, though. It's awesome. I just want to get this cake done. Jim with the fire mixtapes. Sorry for the ASMR dog water drinking. Dinner time for doggo, guys. Who do we got, Messi or Ronaldo? I think I like Messi better. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, we got that smooth chocolate for the win this time. And this bowl is really, really hot. I know, Death. You think you want to see this chocolate. Where do we start? We don't know. Okay, let's go. Love how it's just like dripping off the sides. It's melting. I'm totally gonna leave the little chocolatey dollops on the side. You see that one? I mean, typically this is gonna happen because it is whipped cream, right? So do your best. We'll try and keep it on here the best that we can. This is what happens when you put hot stuff onto whipping cream, though. Jim, don't do it. Don't even hit that unfollow button. Ooh. I like the big drips on the side, to be honest. That's where I'm just gonna stick the strawberries. Let's try in this spot again. Maybe it will stay, maybe it won't. And it won't. She's too hot. But I mean, if I let the chocolate cool off too much, it's just gonna seize up and it won't drizzle the same way. Probably just gonna end up sticking some strawberries up there. Gotta roll with it, guys. Pish posh. Whoa, Tris, do you want lemon upside down cake or pineapple? Okay, so let's deal with this hilarious side first. So I have quartered strawberries and halved strawberries. So let's just start stacking some stuff up. Smush that guy right in there. And nobody will even know a thing. And then the chocolate's gonna kind of hold the strawberries in place as well, right? So that's the benefit from that. So if you wanted to, you can put more along the bottom as well. Then your strawberries wouldn't slide around. You guys are drooling. Thanks, everyone. Start a little bit on the top as well. Everyone's going to the store to get goodies. I believe it, Tris. I ruined you guys for eating healthy tonight. Okay, so that's the one side. Now let's work on this side. Our little chocolate blobs. The last one, my friends. That's it. The bowl is empty. We do have some sliced strawberries extra. I guess if I wanted, I can just kind of stack them up on that side, like stick them on. Just saw the follower. Just give me a sec. Wonkavada with the follow. Welcome, guys. The chocolate should be all over the strawberries. The chocolate should be wherever we feel like putting it. But honestly, I think I'm good with this. It's like a little bit lopsided to this side, but you can kind of see where it just fell down. But I think it's good. We got those strawberries and cream jelly roll, guys. We did it. So obviously that's gonna go into the fridge so it can set up. And we will slice it later on in the stream. There is a little bit of whipped cream left. So who knows what's gonna happen with that. All right, Trist, I hope you're happy with that. Let's do a nice view like that. Yum. Doggo wants some whipped cream. I think she had enough. I don't want to have a sore belly for her. Yeah, I think the blue platter looks really good with this. Nice and springtime. Fresh. Okay, I will just put this into the fridge, guys. So I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm sure my family's gonna sue me. All right, my friends, time to carry on with the din. Wonkavada, you live in Vancouver. Nice. I'm actually out on Vancouver Island. Yeah, I'm actually Drake's private chef, guys. If only, guys. That'd be so cool. Constructive complaints. It's supposed to be criticism, silly. Okay, so next things up on our order of prep. Our pork is almost done, so we already checked it. And once that is done, I'm just gonna cover it and turn the oven off so it stays nice and warm. After that, we will make some Ssam sauce and the ginger scallion sauce up next. And then we will deal with the rest of the veg for din. I'm just gonna take a quick bathroom break and then let's start up with our bo Ssam. Okie dokes. Yeah, bo Ssam hype. Guys, you don't want to watch Betty doing the dishes. It's true, Jim. I think so. Okay, just looking at our Ssam sauce recipe. So we need miso and chili paste. So I don't have, like, they're asking for fermented bean and chili paste called Ssam, this Korean thing, and then also gochujang, which I went to 3 different stores yesterday, could not find either one of those. So let's say I'm doing the white people version and using sriracha and miso to kind of keep with the same flavors. And then you just dilute those a bit with a little bit of vinegar. So I'm going to do rice vinegar and some grapeseed oil. What? I haven't even seen his bo Ssam on TV. All I know is that I'm making it for $30 instead of $138. I'm not getting into that convo, guys. Just trying to make some Ssam sauce. That's it. So let's just do a little bit of each thing and kind of just cater it to how we think it should taste. So I've never actually had the Ssam sauce. Obviously, this is very spicy, so just be careful. And then we're just going to squeeze in some of the miso paste. This is like a nice and light miso paste, so it's not going to be very strong or pungent. Jim, you don't like spicy food? The heck? I mean, I love spicy food, but it does not love me. I just randomly get the hiccups if I eat something really spicy. So we don't want any lumps, which is why I'm mixing in the miso first with the sriracha. And then we'll just dilute that with the rice vinegar and the grapeseed oil. Spicy miso right here, guys. J Money. What's going on, man? It's been a while. Let's do that much. And a little drizzle of oil. And this sauce should be easy to kind of spoon over the pork and the lettuce wraps. And I think the oil will emulsify in thanks to the miso. So I don't think you want to see it like split, having like a big oil slick on top. So something like that, I suppose. Just give this a quick taste. That's actually really delicious, guys. It just needs a touch more of the vinegar. It's definitely not too spicy. Can you lick the bowl, Taza? I mean, if you really want to. It's actually very delicious. I didn't know what to expect going into making this Ssam sauce. But I believe David Chang does sell the bottles of sauce online. The only thing I'm wondering, is this going to be enough for the 4 of us with the pork tonight? It is J Money. Yeah, Korean bo Ssam done Momofuku style. And no, I am not vegetarian. I like pretty much all foods. Let's just bump this up a little bit more. Because I feel like having this sauce around in the fridge is going to be a good thing. It's kind of like I can put that-ish on everything. So let's just go for it, guys. I do really like the color of it, though, I must say. It's gonna give really, really nice contrast to the pork in the lettuce wraps. And I am good with that. So there's our Ssam sauce. Kind of a salty, spicy, kick in your face. In the best way possible. Jim, you wouldn't follow vegetarian channel. That's what a lot of people say, man. I have nothing against vegetarians, though. Not at all. I think so, Millie. I mean, considering this recipe called for sherry vinegar, and I used rice vinegar, so try it out. Don't be scared. You got this. It's true, I do make... on Meatless Mondays, we used to have, like, some crazy debates in chat. Which is also why I kind of stopped doing them. So it would literally just get out of hand. Bans everywhere. And that sauce can just sit out at room temp. Totally okay with that. So next up, ginger scallion sauce. So this calls for 2.5 cups of thinly sliced green onions. But I'm just gonna use this one bunch and see where we end up. And then 1/2 cup of finely minced ginger. And then we're gonna season it with grapeseed oil again, some soy sauce, and some vinegar again. So I'm using Bragg's today. That's what I like to typically buy for my soy sauce. That way it is gluten-free, just in case I cook for someone that can't have soy sauce. And this piece of ginger is massive, so I'm just gonna break it down so it's easier to deal with. Probably do those 2 pieces and then leave this big guy for some dishes later in the week. Okay, maybe that little nub too. And I'm just gonna start, I think, by doing the green onions first, and then we'll deal with the ginger. Which, handy enough, we can actually just put through the garlic press if we slice it thin enough. We're cheating today, guys. And I always like to leave the elastic on the bottom of the green onions because it just makes it easier to chop off the ends to begin with. The voodoo doll. I know, it's so good, hey Millie? Literally just gonna put that on everything from now on, I think. It's gonna be like my lunchtime staple leftover sauce. We're just peeling off the kind of slimy ends from the green onions before we start to chop them. Good one, Trist. I love Ed Sheeran. He's so adorable, and his music is fire. I think he's younger than all of us in here. He kills it, guys. Okay, let's not be excessive and do like 10 green onion sprigs at a time. Just thinly slice them as best as you can. If you need to, obviously go slow. Because I don't think this sauce would be enjoyable if you had like very large chunks of green onion. I didn't do a thing way too. P.S. Why are you complaining? Why can't you just like let things be good? Just let it be good. And we'll all get along. Guys, these onions are strong. I may or may not be crying a little bit. Whew. I'm gonna be picky with the pieces that I didn't cut right. I'll go over them afterwards. But sometimes if you're cutting green onions, you might have like a warped cutting board. And that is why your knife will not go all the way through. It's a little bit annoying. That's the pork calling us. I'm just gonna finish slicing this first. Tears of joy, it's true. We're getting emotional. Okay, let's get the pork out. The beautiful piece of meat. It just looks like caramel. Holy F. See if I can get a light on there for you guys. Even though it's kind of glistening off the fat in the pot. Oh yeah. She be pull apart tender. Okay. Just gonna do a quick base and then I'm gonna cover that up. Oven can go off. And then about 15 minutes before we plan to serve, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of brown sugar on the top of this. And then it'll get super crunchy. Never done this before, just following the recipe. But apparently that's what's supposed to happen. And I am into it. Wait. Now we have silence. You hate pork, so you're going to soda poppin'? Jimmy, finally. You had roast pork on Sunday, Fiscal? I know. It's hard to beat, honestly. Just simple salt and pepper, or in this case, salt and sugar. Trist, you're not on ignore. You're not. And I guess this sauce only lasts, I would say max 1 week in the fridge if you make it and want to kind of save a little bit. Because keep in mind, you are using fresh ingredients, right? Whereas the Ssam sauce, you can probably make a nice big batch and that would stay for quite a long time. Because everything that's in the Ssam sauce is already fermented. So you don't really have to worry about it going bad. Just make sure you always use nice clean utensils whenever you take it out of the jar or whatever you're putting it into. I'm gonna just discard that piece of green onion. It's looking sad. Can you guys tell that my board is a little bit warped? These hilarious little green onion accordions, let's call them. I don't even know where all this racism chat came from. Can we just like carry on? We're all adults here. It's so true, Fiscal. Well, at least I think so. At this point, I'm wondering, though. Cleaning the sticky onions off the knife. Tristan, bye-bye. So long. That's amazing, Fiscal. South Africa honestly looks so beautiful. So interested in it. Typically you can use the back of your knife to peel off the ginger, but I don't know what the F. There we go. That way you get the least amount of waste possible, but it does take a while. So I think I'm just going to use the blade. I'm confident in my skinning skills. See, I told you guys I was crying. My nose is still running from the green onions. The only thing I don't like about ginger is trying to peel in between like all of these little crevices. Or the nubbies or the fingers, whatever you want to call them. She's from Cape Town. Oh, man. One of my friends is actually there right now, just traveling, and all the stuff that she's posting, it looks like magical. So beautiful. My skinning skills, I know. Savage. I don't want to waste any of the flesh. But using the garlic press to mince the ginger really does help cut down the time compared to trying to chop it really fine. There's a lot of Muslim people in South Africa too. The more you know. I love when I learn stuff from you guys. It's like one of my favorite parts about having all you awesome peeps in chat. Okay, we almost there. Yeah, everyone always has a tip to get rid of the skin. It's true. I was going to say the spoon as well, but I'm sure we've heard it all, haven't we? I always find it easier just to use the blade end, though. It's just more sharp. And I'm obviously not scared of cutting myself. Okay, we're good. I think I'm good with that amount. I think it'll kind of equal out with the scallions. So we'll leave that other nub of ginger aside. Make sure I use it up in something else. So next step is we're just gonna slice this thin. And then we can start to press it through the garlic press instead of trying to chop it all by hand. It's pretty magical. Yeah, the scraping just kind of makes it messy, I find. Because it almost makes the skin like too thin, Millie. They have the top doctor schools in the world in Cape Town. Just learned something new again. Fiscal is just blowing our minds today. Okay, let's start this. Might be able to put in 2 chunks at a time. And you just press it through like that. So easy. And man, is it smelling good in here already. And yes, you do want to slice it pretty thin, because otherwise it's a little bit hard to press through. Where are them porks at? Oh, gee. I just checked it a little while ago. It's done. It's just chilling in the oven. Did you not get to see it, though? I'm sad for you. Yeah, exactly. And you get all the juices. It's gonna make this sauce so good. Like, look at those juices. Yum. Kind of just like shoots out. So just be careful, because you might get juice in the eye at one point. Go through. It's still a workout. Like, I'm not gonna lie about that, but to me, this is just more consistent with the cuts. Yeah, no juice in the eye. Oh. KJ, after I'm done this, I'll pull out the pork again so that you can see it, because I know that you will appreciate it. I always forget about those mobile viewers. Gotta use your phone for double duties. Okay, we're about halfway there, I think. It's getting a wee bit messy in here. Trying to scrape out some of the hairs, like all of that. I think it's a good thing that it's not going through the press though, so that doesn't have a very nice mouthfeel if you guys have ever eaten a lot of ginger. I guess that's the one downside of the press, that you might have to scrape some of those out. But at least it kind of sifts the hairs out for you. Ginger fibers. Holy smokes, Rush. You stayed up late, man. Oh yeah, it's your weekend though. Honestly, thanks for coming in and chilling for a bit. I feel like that never happens. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And tell Mrs. Rush it was good to see her in here too. You guys have a good one. Oh, nice. That's amazing, Jay. Oh, that's you, Fiscal. Your friend's streaming her game? What game does she stream? That was a hard one. Good thing you guys can't see my face right now. It's the workout. I might have plugged it. We took it too far. Okay, no, we didn't. I think so, Millie. Yeah, it's the 30 squats face. It's like, why am I doing this to myself? Yeah, I know, Kylie. Rush has his weekends on off days, but I typically had my weekends on off days too when I was cooking in the kitchen. What? She plays old school games? That's awesome. That'd be so much fun. Like, that would be something that I would do. Okay, we're close. When you're near the end, you just can't stop, right? It's like, we can't stop now. Plus, what time is it? 5 o'clock. We're still doing good. We don't have too much stuff to do after this. Just gotta julienne up some carrot and cucumber and then wash the lettuce. And steam a little bit of rice, but that does not take very long. I love this suction sound that it makes. It's just so juicy. Aw, thanks, Rush Girl. That's amazing. What do I think about all the noodle arm video game streamers? I love them. That's how they make their living, and I think that's amazing. Still blows my mind every day that I stream that this is what I'm currently doing. Because you really never know if you don't try. Yeah, it's true. Screw the shake weight. Just get a garlic press and start pressing ginger. Oh, don't even be sorry, Kylie. Don't even. That was not meant in a bad way. The shakes. Rawr. Am I making the kimchi? Yeah, I mixed up the kimchi yesterday. Obviously, it's not going to be amazing today because it's only sat out for 1 day. Typically, you do need like 48 hours to properly ferment any kimchi before you use it. But I did end up buying just like a little jar of the cabbage style kimchi from the store. And that way I can at least compare my flavors. And I know I didn't even like get to make my kimchi proper because I couldn't find all the ingredients. So I did the best I could. Half an hour more, Rush? Yeah. I better hurry up then. I have like 5 pieces left, guys. I'm so sorry, but we're almost there. Your brother streams at night, all kinds of games. That's awesome. I know my boyfriend would love to do that too. I mean, you never know. He still might. Treat yourself, Rush. It's true. Kudos to staying up late, though. I'm such a grandma on my weekends. I don't think I make it to 1 a.m. anymore. I know, Millie, like, we don't have a TNT supermarket here. So it's pretty difficult for me to find all of these amazing Asian ingredients that I was so used to using all the time in Vancouver. All right, Jay, so I did buy a little jar of cabbage kimchi, but I did make some daikon kimchi yesterday. And yes, it is smelling terrible. I was told that I have to keep it outside because the smell is just that bad, or like in the garage. I said that's fair. Okay, ginger has been processed. It was a massacre. Just trying to pick out all of the little hairs. Might have to do that with like a toothpick later, I think. So we'll just give that a soak for now. Keep it all soft. Ginger on the tripod. It's everywhere. Maybe that's why they charge $140 for this dish. Is just simply for the ginger scallion sauce. There's lots of labor involved in there. Oh, I know Wonka Vader, but where I'm at, they have no TNT. Okay. So vinegar, soy sauce, and some grapeseed oil. So it says about 1/4 cup, but I think we did like half this recipe. So we'll do like 1/8 cup of grapeseed, just a touch of soy sauce, a touch of vinegar, and then if we need salt to taste, we can add some salt. I know it is too bad, but Superstore is like pretty good. Still, excuse me, don't have everything though. Does it say to heat the oil? It doesn't. Just says mix everything together in a bowl and let it sit for about 15 to 20 minutes before you use it, so that the flavors have time to combine. touch of Vin. Oceans and Sunny's supermarkets. You're lucky. I mean, I'd have to go into this city, I'm sure, and find a little market in Chinatown. But for me to drive like an hour and a half just for one ingredient seems a little bit excessive. Oh, with the addition of the soy sauce though, this just went from all right to amazing smelling. And I think you could really just make this sauce your own. Like if you wanted to add more vinegar and oil, you could. And I think the key is to let it marinate, like it said. That way it'll kind of break down the ginger. But let's try this. Try a little piece. Whoo! Super gingery. Definitely think it would benefit from salt. You ain't got Instagram, Rush? Thanks for following on Facebook. Honestly, I don't post enough on there. But since they changed like the algorithm, it's so hard to get people to get onto your like private pages that you create. Too much ginger? Almost, Jay. But I think it will like mellow out as it sits. I want to add just a bit more vinegar and oil. Make it more saucy. The recipe is just a guideline, my friends. You still need to make it to fit your taste buds. Okay, let's try this again. That's better. And keep in mind, the pork is super fatty, right? So it needs to be able to contrast the fat of the pork. Which is why these sauces are so strong in flavor. So I'm good with that, honestly. I'm gonna let it sit and do its thing, and then we'll come back and check it again. What is Momofuku, J Money? Good question. Momofuku is pretty much like a restaurant empire that was built by a chef called David Chang. I don't know how many restaurants he has, Momofuku now, maybe 7 or 8 throughout the world, but just does his own kind of variations on Korean cuisine because he is Korean. But I think he tailors it more to like mainstream palates. Okay, we are looking real good. We didn't even go through any Ssam history yet either. And then he also does have a cookbook out. It's like one of the first cookbooks I started out with. And he does go through his recipes really, really well. So it's easy to cook out of. Shall we grab? I don't even think we need this garlic today, guys. Grab our carrots and cucumber. And it's 5:06. I'm going to start the rice as well because my peeps are on their way. So that way the rice can start boiling while we start to cut up the rest of our veg. Because we don't have a lot of stuff to do. Just gotta julienne our veg, process our lettuce for the wraps, and that's about it. And then obviously take an amazing cut from Tristan's cake. So I typically make 1.5 cups of rice for my family. And that'll give us enough for just a little bit of leftovers afterwards as well. And because we have so many different flavors going on today, we're going to keep this rice just plain. We're just going to boil it with water and that's it. There's 4 of us here, Rush. So I'm here with my boyfriend and then just my parents, my mom and my dad. But typically I like to cook enough food so that everyone has a lunch the next day. I have Wonka Vader. So I went to Momofuku when I was in Vegas last year. Didn't spend too much time or money there. We just ended up getting the pork belly bao, which is the really fluffy kind of steam buns that look like tacos. It was amazing. Like really, really good. The service was awesome. I have no complaints about that spot, but we didn't eat very much just because we were kind of touring around Vegas and trying to eat as much stuff as possible. So just having little bites here and there. But 100% I would go back and have like a nice sit-down dinner there. Okay, so for my rice, I always like to toast it a little bit before I boil it. So we're gonna turn our pot on, get it heating up, pour the dry rice kernels in, and then we're gonna stir them around for a couple of minutes, and they will start to turn opaque in color, or like more of a white color. And once about half of the rice is that color, then we're gonna pour in the water. It's gonna bubble like crazy and create these little air pockets that go up through the rice. And that's what keeps it really nice and fluffy. But at the same time, Wonka Vader, I don't know if it's like worth the price if you were to get these more expensive dishes. Because as you can see, like I am making this for $30 instead of $140 for the exact same ingredients. Yeah, we didn't even stop at Milk Bar. We are just like so full. There's no way we could fit anything in there. But that's sad that you were disappointed. That's honestly one of my favorite baking books. But once again, you can probably make it better yourself. Just doing a quick cleanup. But 3 months. I love you. Thank you so much. My girl. Now you get to use all of the emotes. I'm pumped. Oh, I'm gonna take a photo, Trist. I know, it's already in the back of my head. I'm like, take a photo before you cut it. It would be a tragedy. No, you didn't, but you just missed the making of it. But we still haven't eaten any of it yet. It's just chilling in the fridge. I was gonna ask, but how are all of your flowers and plants doing? It's been a couple of weeks since you started them. Battle nipples. Welcome. Hey guys, the rice looks perfect. Just gonna smooth that out because we're not gonna stir it after we pour the water in. Viali with the sub, you guys. Thank you so much. This onion squad though, feeling the love. Ready for the sizzle? Yeah, hell yeah. Battle nipples with the follow. Welcome in, everyone. Today is a good day. And Kylie, thank you. That's so good, but have the foods been good? How was your curry yesterday? It looked really good. I'm excited for you. Just adjusting that cam for you guys. Maybe you want to watch the rice boil. It was a meal prep box? That's so cool. What was the one that we used to have in St. Albert that did meal preps?
There was?
Yeah. Dinner Factory.
Oh. I thought you were...
Eats the carrot peel, spits it out. You better eat it, girl.
Workout meal prep.
Kylie, no problem. As long as you're in here, that's all that matters. People forget. It's totally okay. Don't even feel bad. Hey, what's this? What's that one? So I don't know if we're gonna do this whole cuke. Probably like 3/4 or 2/3. The grocery stores are even starting to do those kind of things. That's really smart of them, though. Rush, unfollow. Not needed. $16 for 2 people. That's pretty good, but like really good, I think. Okay, so let's cut our carrots down to kind of the same length as the cukes. Then we're gonna get to julienning. So start by slicing thin. You want to stay consistent with the thickness or thinness of your slices. My knife is really sharp, so I always find it easier to keep the carrot upright, but you can totally just cut it in half and cut it the other way if you so desire. I'm just used to cutting like this. The thickness. Yeah. Tristan asked if you're having any wine today, Betty.
No, what the heck? It's almost 5:20.
5:20 and the wine has not been poured.
Better get on it.
The struggle, guys. Oh. Rush. How rude. Don't even. Man, did Jim leave us without even saying bye? I'd be shocked. Okay, carrots are dealt with. Just gonna grab a couple bowls so I can put the veg into them. The rice is looking fab. It's just boiling away over here. Yeah, sneaky Betty. It's true, guys. Yeah, that's why she wears the camo leggings. Try and camouflage herself. I don't think I'm gonna stack up the carrot pieces just because they tend to slide around with each other. So we're just gonna do nice thin slices of the carrot. Try and go as thin as you can. That way they're just easier to put in the lettuce wraps. Do we have wineries up here? Oh, do we ever, Trist? There's even like meaderies, so a honey wine. There is distilleries, there's cideries. There's so much stuff that I have not even seen yet on the island. It's just gonna be a great summer. I know it. There's even like a salt factory. Obviously small scale, but there's a place here that makes their own sea salt from the sea. I have a lot of tours to bring you guys on, let's just say that. So much exploring to do. Just I need to change my data plan, and that will happen when we move, because we'll be switching over to TELUS with everything. These are our nice carrot matchsticks, guys, or known as julienne. If Mia was in here still, I think she fell asleep, she'd be into it. She says this is my favorite thing to cut on stream, just because I do them so often. Trist, you don't have a passport, man? Get on it. Hey, you guys need to come visit. I'd be down. Yeah, but it'll take a little bit of time, but we'll make it our own for sure. It's really weird. Tristan. It's weird, but we just need to change the hood vent. That's about it. And get a larger island. So 2 pretty easy fixes to start off with, and then obviously later on if I want to do more stuff, I'll just have to save up and change it as we go. £300. Holly will paint his nails for him. You haven't seen the pics, but I thought you saw them in Discord. They're like way, way back. Where the window is odd. Honestly, I think it's in the perfect spot because we are going to be moving the sink to under the window, which looks right out into the garden. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But yeah, it looks a little bit silly right now because there's nothing really there. It is functional though, that's all that matters. Our rice is almost done, guys. Oh, wow. That's so good. Yes, but come on in. There's still room in the basement for more. What do we have, like 1,000 square foot? That's just like empty. Guys, doggo needs carrot. She needs it. Then Betty can have grandkids. Oh, Trist. Yeah, everyone. We'll just take everybody. Cook with Kate retreat. Come for a week and I'll cook you all the foods you want.
No, that could be a thing.
I know. Taste test on the carrots. They're actually really nice and sweet. Our rice is just starting to sizzle. That would be such a weird story. Yeah. So same deal with the cucumber. I'm not going to take the seeds out at all. These are long English, so the seeds are not hard. Just going to do nice thin strips. It's almost done.
Is it right?
Yeah, plenty of room to stream, guys. Okay, rice is sizzling. That looks perfect. There's no more liquid left on the bottom. I usually let it go until it starts to pop. And I just shut it off and cover it. And then we're just gonna steam it the rest of the way. Yeah. Just recruited people to live with me through Twitch. No big deal. Okay, Rush. Sounds good, man. You get some rest. Thanks for chilling with us. This was fun. I know, I can't wait for garden stream, guys. Soon. P.S. When are we gonna start planting the seedlings, Betty? This weekend, probably? Alright, guys, seedlings this weekend. Dog is burning a hole in me, I know. I feel it. Just don't look back there. We'll all be safe. But honestly, this would be a great place to do a retreat like that. There's just so much to do outside. Obviously, it would work the best in the summer when it's not super rainy. Fiscal, you love cukes? Me too. Tomatoes and cukes, 2 veg, I think I could easily eat every day. We're almost there, and then onto our lettuce. And then all we have left is to quickly brown up the pork shoulder. And then we are good. So I think after I do the lettuce, I'll take the photo of the cake and then cut into it real quick. Have a little bite before dins, because why not? That julienne though, it's true, but it's true. Have I tried cooking cucumbers? I've never done it, but I hear there are some pretty amazing recipes. I've also seen a recipe with like smashed cucumber, which I think I'd be so into. Super rustic kind of salad. You just take a whole one and munch it. I used to do that with like the baby cucumbers all the time. Be like, I don't know what I want for a snack, so I'm just gonna munch on a cuke. Your outside time is coming to a close. It's just getting too hot, Trist. That is chilly, but compared to the temps that you've been telling me, the rest of this week is not supposed to be very nice for us, I don't think. Okay, let's deal with these little baby lettuces. We do have to wash them up. There is quite a bit of dirt and stuff still on them, but that means they're fresh, right? This. I know, all these places still getting snow. But I mean, Alberta sometimes gets snow in May. So, it just seems like we always get excited for spring and then it snows again. I always like to call it like the 4th winter. That's crazy, Tristan. Okay, so this lettuce, it's pretty nice. So we want to keep the leaves as intact as possible for our lettuce wraps, right? This is the closest thing I can find to the butter lettuce. So if you can't find butter lettuce, just choose something with nice big leaves that are not too tough. Because I think that would work great to wrap the pork in with the cucumber and carrot and a little bit of rice. Just wrap it up and eat it. Just checking the tops of the leaves, but They do look really nice. I'm pretty impressed by this. Millie, it snowed again in Ontario. Yeah, that's where my boyfriend's parents live. They've been keeping us updated. Yeah, exactly. And these leaves are huge, so you can just pack it in. So these little guys we'll just leave aside. And we want to make sure that we dry them off really well. You don't want watery lettuce wraps. 136 days of 100+ degrees. That is so hot. Guys, Interstellar today. Dongs. Thank you, sir. It's wild. Are you ready? I think that's the fastest it's gone in a long time. Okay, so next step is we just need to start layering the leaves onto the plate. We'll go for presentation here. Dongs and Butt are next door neighbors. Humidity totally makes the heat worse. Sounds good, Kylie. We'll be here for a little bit still. We're gonna be stacking this lettuce up. Pretty much just laid out the entire head of lettuce on the plate. I'm just gonna pick off whatever pieces look a little bit wilted, which was, I'm pretty sure, just one piece. Dongs. I am the lettuce whisperer. I have been using a lot of greens though lately. We got those summertime feels. Exactly, Trist. Yeah, but until then, we're going Interstellar. We got kaled up one day, but that's been it. All of the lettuce. That is it, my friends. What exactly does it do? So it spins all of the water off. So you see all the holes in there? So all the water goes in between those holes and then settles at the bottom as you spin it out. It does say salad spinner up here, but I don't think you can see it. Just like old school Tupperware. It's a mini centrifuge. We have a huge one though at the farm. It's like massive for spinning all the greens. Really fun to use. Oh no. Yeah, that's like good and bad news, hey, but I mean, diabetes is never fun to deal with. Especially like that late in your life, right? Like, how can you expect to change just like that? But that's amazing that she's gonna pay for a gym membership for you. You guys are gonna get so healthy. Butt's gonna get ripped. Rough and tough. Okay, just putting a couple things away. So here is our little jar of kimchi that I got yesterday. Traditional Korean kimchi, fermented cabbage, imported from Korea. So it's cabbage, red chili powder, sugar. Oh, it actually does have daikon radish. Kelp stalk, so like a seaweed stalk. Garlic, rice powder, MSG, leeks, onions, salt, and ginger. So very similar to the daikon one I made yesterday. Yes, we allow that, but yes, we do. Yeah, Rooster brand. I've had this one before. It is pretty mild. It's not like burn your face off spicy. So it'll be interesting to compare this to the one that I just made yesterday.
That's kind of standard when you get, you know, like snacks or anything, right?
And now there is no label because I am a distractor. But at least the best before date's on top, so we didn't lose that. And I think I'm just gonna do cam switch right now, because we will be doing some plating over here, I think. Let's grab the hoisin sauce out. I like how they call it a barbecue sauce. I don't know if hoisin is really a barbecue sauce. Silencio. Yeah, wait till you see the cake, guys. I'm just about ready to get it. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. Which it doesn't look like I did. So here is my kimchi that I made yesterday. So obviously not as red, because I couldn't find the gochujang, which is the Korean chili paste. And that would give this like the perfect color. But it's looking good so far. And it smells stanky, which is perfect. Actually, let's just give it a little try. Mm-hmm. It's actually really nicely balanced between like spicy, sweet, and salty. Thanks, Autism Mama. Wait till you see what I'm bringing out of the fridge. Not good.
There's one of those on used Vic right now for $3.50. A Blanco Sage.
Not new.
That said used.
Okay, but are you ready?
Obviously not.
Burp. There's the happiness. It's got some drizz. It's looking too good. No crabs here, only lobster, guys. Pretty pumped about this. The poor zebra, I know. Okay, I will take a quick photo of it first before we dig in. Because, you know, for the gram. But you guys can kind of see where the chocolate was like so hot that it kind of just like melted off the whipped cream right there. So we just piled some like strawberries onto there. Nobody knows. I know, I need to make a bûche de Noël around Christmas time. I need to find a good spot to take a photo. I might just go behind real quick. But I'm here though, guys.
That's stupid.
The only thing I think that will hold us back chocolate-wise is us just being able to cut it properly. Yeah, Death, just keep slicing and taking photos. Because I think this is going to be really hard. So I'll probably just tap it and then slice all the way through. Yeah, just another one. You gotta remove the strawberries. Yeah, well, we'll see. I might be able to just cut in between all of them. Let's see how messy it gets. That as well, but that's a good idea. I'm gonna use a really long slicing knife. You guys just got drawer tour. Okay, and while we wait, let's turn our oven on to broil so that we can crisp up the pork real quick. But other than that, we are well on our way there. Okay, should we do this first side? Oh, it's going in. It's happening, guys. Slices like butter. Don't show you guys my drawers. I'm sorry, Tristan. No, I should have put it's for mature audiences only. Okie dokes. Just gotta get the chocolate off of this tray. Oh, there we go. That piece too. I think we're good. All right, friends. Are we ready? Just gonna leave those pieces off. Or just put this strawberry right up there. For Tristan. I think that's perfection. Got a piece of creme there. Bugging me. But I think we got a good mix of strawberries in there. I'm pretty happy with that. The layers are nice and even with the cream. I'm into it. Look at that log. Thanks, guys. Okay, should we have a bite? Quick little dessert bite before we munch. This is berry.
Huh?
We're both matching. We're red today. Barry, aka Sammy. M&M pants. It's true, guys. All of his pajamas are like that. That's the drill. What, you don't change into your pajamas when you get home from work?
I need to get my sewing machine out and make Sam a bunch of crazy pants for the 80s.
We're going in. Share with mom too.
He what?
You hate soy.
Pretty much just tastes like strawberry shortcake. Love it. Okay, I'm getting Betty a piece. Just had to make sure there was a strawberry in there. Death, you didn't see the full slice? No. Okay, I'll do another one for you.
This is like
Dessert first, always.
good.
Did you hear that, guys?
Super delicious.
Betty's into it. Hey, Death, don't you even go anywhere. Let me get this rinse again. Come on, chocolate. Hiya. There we go. Just let it fall over, I suppose. I'll just do it this way.
Is Posh watching?
Of course she's watching. Ah! Ready? Flop. Death, my man. Yeah, just give it a hiya. Oh. Okay, so here's like the cross section of what we're getting into. Yeah, R.I.P. Blackberry. I'm pumped. Okay, let's get into this Ssam. Just gonna put this back into the fridge so it doesn't start to heat up too much. So pumped about this. It looks awesome, guys. Tristan, good pick, man. It will be all gone by tomorrow's stream. I don't know about that. We're actually pretty good about like spacing out our desserts. So we want it to last at least a couple days. Okay, so to finish off our pork, need to uncover this guy. Get a little bit closer for you guys. But you'd eat the rest of the cake to yourself. I believe it. Some people just can't stop, right? Once they start. It's a good point, Wonka Vader. I just didn't want to fool around too much with the decoration part. I just wanted to go quick. But for sure, next time, I need to try that. Okay, so all we're gonna do for the rest of our pork is just sprinkle on a little bit of brown sugar. And then quickly caramelize that in the oven. Yeah, that's a good point. As long as they're not in the house, then you won't have that craving, right? This is totally gonna be like sweet and salty, guys. Not healthy. Posh, what do you smell? You should see her right now. Okay, so under the broiler for a couple minutes. You probably want to watch this really carefully because the sugar will burn really fast. Oh my God, Tristan, 20 plus boxes of fruit gushers. Is it too personal to ask what brand of crock you're using? This is actually just a Legostina one. So it's a little bit cheaper. We got it from Canadian Tire on sale. And I would recommend that for like any cast iron that you buy. Never buy at full price because they always go on sale. When do you wrap the cake in lettuce? Never. So, about 5 minutes. We'll see how this goes. I might have to raise up the rack in the oven for it to work properly. Make a BLT with cake slices as the bread. Oh my God. That would probably actually be good. Putting bacon in there, but for sure sweet and salty. Lunches for expert chefs only. Can I talk about the possible breakfast stream next week? It'll happen. not possible, it's planned. Oh, it's working. It's working, guys. So I'm gonna do eggs Benedict, I think, with biscuits on the bottom instead of English muffins. And what we're gonna put underneath for the Benedicts, I'm not too sure yet. Undecided, let's say. But I'll think of something nummy. Probably do like one vegetarian and one some kind of meat. Obviously make hollandaise with you guys on stream, poach some eggs, probably do some kind of hash browns as well. And maybe a little salad to kind of lighten everything up is typically like my go-to breakfast. Yeah, Wonk Vader, I do Monday to Fridays for like 3.5 to 4 hours at a time. Stuffed French toast for mom, yeah, that'll have to be another day for sure. I think it's gonna be good though. Breakfast stream is planned. I'm actually gonna write it in the notes right now so I don't forget. It has to happen. That's it for the broil. Sugar's just starting to burn, so we don't want that. I just turned the oven off. And then we just have to pull apart the pork. And then I'll make up a wrap or two. And we will munch, guys. Okay, I'm just gonna do a quick little swivel so you guys can check this. So it just kind of started to caramelize on there and then I took it out. And now I'm just gonna have my back turned, but I'm gonna start to kind of pull that apart. Or I guess I can do it right in front of you guys because it'll be dirty. Dirty, dirty. And there is a string on this. So we have to cut that off first. And then kind of just let it fall apart. Or I can attempt to take it out of the broth and serve it family style. Let's see what we can do, my friends. Yeah, caramel pork. Thanks, timer. Good night, Butt. Thanks for popping in. Hope you have a great night. Oh, God. Will we get this out in one piece? We will see. We're going savage. Boom. We did it. This, though, is getting saved for something. Probably a soup of sorts.
Okay, good.
That's for sure caramelized, hey guys? This string has all kinds of nami bits on it. There was only that one string. So let's get in here. You can kind of see how it's just falling apart anyways. Let's go like that. And then this is the fat cap side, so amazing looking. And you can mix the fat cap in if you want, or you can just leave it on the side and kind of pick from it. But it's definitely not dry. And I'm just gonna serve this with tongs like that. People can kind of pick it themselves. Poor Chef de Partie. I mean, he did it to himself. You guys know how the deal is. Gotta get those photos. Oh yeah, put it under the grill and make it crispy. I feel ya. It's hot. Okay, I'm gonna go over and make a little wrappy wrap. So I'm sorry if I miss anything for a sec. It would make amazing pulled pork leftovers, Millie. Like really, really good. I'm just gonna slide in right here. So let's start. I'm gonna grab, actually this piece of lettuce looks pretty good. Start with that. See, this is where we could be really gross and drizzle the pork broth from the pot over the rice.
That's not gross.
So let's start with a little bed of rice on the bottom. Still steaming hot. And then next let's do a little bit of our julienne veg. That way they'll stay nice and contained. Next up, take a nice piece of this pork. Pull it apart like that. There's our ginger scallion sauce. It's definitely looking more saucy now. So we'll go light on this because I know it is pretty pungent. Touch of kimchi on the side for some contrast. And then lastly, our Ssam sauce. Apparently this is Bo Ssam, my friends. First time ever. Yahtzee, you made it. Thanks, man. The pork does look good. Okay, let's get in here. Oh yeah, banchan. That's what it's called. See, I have not eat much Korean food, guys. I'm gonna admit that. But this is a start. Let's see if I can even close this. It's possible. It's gonna get messy. Okay, I'm gonna take a bite so you guys don't see it. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Ginger scallion sauce, so good. Like, we thought it would be too pungent, but it's perfect. I love the crunch from the veg. Just keeps it nice and fresh. And the pork honestly just has this amazing, like, sweet and salty flavor. And obviously the texture is perfect. It's falling apart, but it's not too dry. And the rice honestly is just really good for soaking up all the sauces as they kind of distribute throughout the lettuce leaf. This is what happens when you let go, so this is like a thing that when you pick it up, you're not gonna put it down. You need to finish the whole thing. Kind of like dirty burgers. Unnamed Soldier, thank you for the follow and welcome. We crushed that goal today, guys. Over 100%. And that is it, my friends. 6:09. Ended right on time today. Thank you everyone for being here. We crushed our follower goal, got 2 tier 3 subs today, and a raid from Cookery Nation. So that is a wonderful Tuesday, I think. Exactly, Millie. We're growing. There's no stopping us now. Thanks, Def. Okay, guys, so any newbies in chat right now or any new viewers that are just lurking, hop on to my channel page. Feel free to explore it. All of my socials are on there. So my Instagram, my Twitter, and my YouTube, where all of my past vids are stored. I think we're up to 67 now. And then don't forget to hit that follow. And if you want to get in on the Discord, so that's our chat and where I post all my recipes, just click the link there and you'll be invited into our server. Death, thank you for the biddies, my man. Appreciate it fully. And I hope everyone has a wonderful night. Until tomorrow. Who's still on? Are we raiding? We doing a quick little raid? What the heck, Limpin, you little lurker? Thank you so much, guys. Disc jump with the biddies. Thank you. Let's do Bark Dog. Unless you guys want to do Chef de Partie, since he's doing a charity stream. Okay, we'll do Chef D. Keeping it local. Let's go, guys. He's on be right back mode anyways. Yeah, bye guys. And that was a dog cough if you guys were wondering.